The Beckster didn't like my observation that a lot of the folks, thousands of the people at his rally, were old, white, angry, McCain, pale, and leftovers. He also took issue with the fact that I'm on a mission to level the playing field on radio and TV for years in this country. Conservative talk and Fox News, well, they've been doing a pretty good job of spreading lies and righty propaganda in ways that I think it has been very damaging to the country. You know, like those WMDs in Iraq. But if you have fire in your belly and you're a liberal, oh gosh, you must be really angry. Look, I'm an ex-jock. I'm an ex-football player. You know what jockstraps do. We get in the locker room, we get fired up, we talk to our team and get after it. I told my radio audience that I want to kick Fox's rear end when it comes to ratings. Well, who doesn't? Beck played a clip of my radio show to illustrate how angry liberals can be. I wasn't angry. I was passionate. Take a listen to what real anger on the radio sounds like.
Where's your logic? What would you do? I'm asking you, what would you do to change this healthcare system for the better? After all, every time you people bring up costs, you don't care about the trillions of dollars to bail out the banks and all the credit card companies.
Kathy, get off my phone! Get off my phone, you little pinhead! I don't care. You people don't care about the trillions. Get off my phone!
Now, I was just passionate about beating Fox. I mean, Beck, he went mental on a caller because he didn't think Americans should get health care? I was at a free healthcare clinic yesterday in New Orleans. Is Glenn Beck screaming at those Americans? I'm trying to use my radio and TV platforms to help people get health care, to have a better America, to help the unemployed, the ones that Beck say are un-American, push the president to do the correct things in this country for the middle class. And he talked about it last night. I'm glad he did. Keep jobs from being shipped overseas and help small businesses stay afloat. All the things that Beck doesn't talk about, and all the things that we know we've got a lot of work to do in this country. Now, NBC News reported that Beck had 300,000 people at his rally. CBS put it under 100,000. Now, I also said on my radio show, I could get 300,000 people. You give me 6 months of promotion, 6 months of production, and 2 billionaires who are paying for busing the people in. Hey, we'll get her done. 99ers, outsourced Americans, let's see, probably teachers, union workers, those dirty sons of guns out there, you know, wage earners of America, those cab drivers, those truck drivers. You know, I'm pretty confident that if I were to do this, that they would walk with me. Beck's rally, I'm telling you folks, was no big shakes. It has not going to have any impact on the midterms. It's what's in our hearts and what we want to do to save this country is what it's all about. Thousands of his followers. Let me say it again so they don't have to edit the tape. They were old, white, angry Americans who can't stand the fact that there's a black guy in the White House. Now let's get into the grandiose side of Glenn Beck. Beck wants to lead the nation back to God. Well, let's start with this soundbite.
This president, I think, has exposed himself as a guy over and over and over again who has a deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Oops. Wrong soundbite if we're talking about God. Let's get to the God part.
Something beyond imagination is happening. Something that is beyond man is happening. America today begins to turn back to God.
Even the birds overhead were on a mission from God.
At 9:59, what happened was there was a flock of geese that ran. It was a flyover, if you will. Someone caught it on tape. Here's the flyover. This was happening just as the opening music was starting.
Anybody who spends any time at all in Washington, D.C., know that the geese fly all over the city and they crap over everything. In fact, the air traffic controllers at Reagan National Airport have complained about having too many geese. You know, I just have a hard time with a talk show host wrapping himself in the flag and the Bible to promote a personal agenda. And let's not forget the fear-mongering. Beck just told Newsmax. This is what he said. I fear a Reichstag moment. God forbid another 9/11, something that will turn this machine on and power will be seized and voices will be silenced. What voices? Are you hearing voices, Beck? What voices are going to be silenced? Has Barack Obama tried to silence voices? Beck also sounded the alarm on his TV show.
I believe we're approaching a last call. All aboard God's train. Buckle up, because trouble is coming. Get behind the shield of God. That is the message.
Oh, it is. Beck, you're off your rocker. You have no faith, in my opinion. This guy thinks America is on the road to Armageddon. Go ahead, buddy. Call me angry. Call me anything you want. By the way, I do want to mention the fact that I've gotten a lot of emails from Beck's fans, I guess, and they always like to say I'm fat. Hey, you fat. I just want to let you know that I was fat right after college. I've been fat for a long time. I was fat yesterday. I'm fat today. I'm going to be fat tomorrow. Why? Because I like to eat stuff. I'm kind of a normal American. And I get passionate about issues when I see jobs that are being shipped out overseas. You Beck supporters that have been leaving me hate voicemails and hate emails, bring it on, baby. Just bring it on. I got the truth on my side. It's amazing how you change your attitude about America once your job has been shipped overseas. Beck hates unions. He hates the working folk of America. He never talks about the middle class. And I can say with confidence that he would never take his show, as I did yesterday, to a free healthcare clinic because, you see, he's already labeled those 99ers as un-American and questioned, well, how long should we help you? Well, you know what? How long should we be in war? How much money should we actually spend? You know, it's all about the money with the conservatives. And I can tell you, even with Beck in this whole circus that he's got cooking, it is about the money. I give the guy credit. He knows how to make it. But when it comes to leading the country to God, no. No, he won't even apologize for his comment about the President of the United States. And when he talks about a 9-year-old in the crowd who might be listening to what's going on, that's the danger in all of this. The hate merchanting that he does is touching a lot of Americans who are at a very influential period in their time and development. Another thing that I find very interesting about Beck, he never advocates for the American worker. If you check his hats, his Glenn Beck hats and his T-shirts and everything else, they're all made in China. They're not made by American workers. He's a phony.